You're listening to the Bloodshed Baddies.
I'm Lex.
You ain't gonna tell the baddies hot today?
No.
Well, I will. Hello, baddies. I'm Sam.
We the Bloodshed Baddies.
What up, what up, what up?
It's already next week.
What? Time's going by so fast.
It's next week for you guys, but it's approximately 2 minutes after we finished the last episode. We're doing back-to-backs today, and if you've been around for a while, you know what back-to-backs mean.
We hyper.
Woo woo!
So this comes out like literally the day after Labor Day or Labor Day. Labor Day's a Monday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it? No, I think it's a Sunday.
No, Labor Day is always a Monday.
So this comes out on Labor Day. And for Samantha, for Sam, I feel like Labor Day always usually brings a close to the end of summer. Summer officially ends, hold please, September 22nd. So technically we still have a couple more weeks of summer. But I wanted to ask you, Lex, how was your summer? What was your favorite part? Talk to me.
My summer. My summer was good. I'm trying to think. What did I do this summer? Let's stop. Summer begins in June. Summer begins actually like 2 days before my birthday.
Yeah.
So I had a great birthday celebrating on a boat because I love a boat. 4th of July, I went kind of camping for the 4th of July.
Big deal.
Yeah, I stayed in a cabin, but I was mostly like outside almost the whole time, just not sleeping.
Big deal.
Big deal for Lex. I've been to a couple of concerts, but I think the most exciting part of my summer hasn't happened yet as of this podcast.
Do you want to tell the baddies yet or wait?
This weekend, I'm leaving for a week and a half trip to Japan.
Oh, I hear such beautiful things. It's going to be so much fun.
I'm very excited. It's going to be hot, but I'm very, very excited about it.
Yeah, I feel like because it'll be so exciting and fun, yes, you'll be hot, but it's not going to be like miserable hot. You know what I mean?
Yes.
My summer was also amazing. Probably one of the best summers ever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What did you do this summer?
I kind of said it in the beginning of the podcast, but before I did that, I actually got to go home and visit family for a couple weeks, which was really nice.
Oh, I forgot you got to spend a couple weeks in Michigan.
Yeah, I got to see a lot of people. Lexi actually came up and we got to see like both sides of the family, which was nice. Loved that. And then I got to explore Sicily and Rome with my cute husband, and it was the best trip.
I'm so jealous of that one.
Yeah, so I definitely am having like end of summer blues for sure. But I just know this fall and this holiday season is going to be great too. So trying to stay positive.
I never have end of summer blues because my favorite time of the year is fall and Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Catch Lexi on the next episode with a pumpkin spice latte.
I know. I think the coffee place I really like in town, that's like an independently owned coffee place. They drop their fall menu next week, I think. So I'm very excited.
Oh, beautiful. So if you're having the summer blues, baddies, think about beautiful fall. Because you're right. Fall is beautiful, great weather.
And Halloween's the best holiday.
Some Halloween fun, some Thanksgiving eats, some Christmas joy. We got all that coming up.
Yeah. The burr months.
Burr, 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 burr.
September, October, November, December.
Burr.
This is a weird intro.
All right, all right. If you're still listening to us, thank you. Go ahead, Lex.
So I am going to do a case today. I am going to say it is a little bit rough.
Oh, why?
It's rough in the fact that it does involve a young person. So that's tough.
I do hate that.
I am going to talk about Skylar Neese. So Skylar was born in 1996. So she's
Jake.
Jake's age. Mhm. To Dave and Mary. Skylar was an only child and she was a daddy's girl.
Oh,
They showed this like I watched an episode of something. Find it in the show notes. And they showed like a side by side picture of them and they look alike. She was a little daddy's girl.
I love a good girl dad. Love it.
Mm-hmm. She loved to be outside and active. And her mom said that once she got to know you, she was super outgoing and you usually couldn't get her to stop talking once she was comfortable with you.
Oh, I love that too.
When she was 8 years old, she became best friends with Sheila Eddy. And they did everything together. Remember, she's an only child, so they became basically inseparable.
Love.
As they got to high school, though, as like a lot of young friendships do, their personalities kind of start to differ. Sheila had a little bit of like darker humor and tended to get in a little bit more trouble than Skylar. Skylar was a straight A student. Skylar had a part time job at Wendy's. Skylar was very responsible. So their personalities started to differ, but as it is with friends that you've known forever, they continue to be friends. But people were like, wow, that's weird. They're friends, kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that happens with like most people who have friends at a young age. Like you just have different personalities, but you're like, no, I ride or die for that girl and I love her no matter what.
Yes. When they got to high school, Rachel Schoaf moved to the high school. She was a choir girl. She was very sweet. And they kind of adopted her into their little twosome. And the three of them became like really close really quickly.
Love a group of three.
And they are in their sophomore year of high school in 2012. So, Sam, I don't know if you remember what 2012 was like, but
Leggings.
yep,
Neon. Kind of.
kind of.
Yeah, kind of like the neon-y tank tops or whatever people would wear.
Yeah.
Party rock anthem.
Party rock anthem. Yes.
Poofy hair.
Yes.
Orange makeup.
Yes. Yes.
Taco Bell for lunch. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. It was also the age of social media.
Oh my God, yes.
This is when Facebook was newer. You got on, you posted selfies, you posted emo selfies, you put on the dark eyeliner and held your digital camera in front of a mirror or out far away from you and gave a little ducky face. You put every thought that has ever been in your head on Facebook. Sam, have you ever looked at your old Facebook statuses?
I literally was just going to say you posted literally all your life. Yes. And honestly, when they used to like show you old ones back when I was on the social medias, I used to delete some of them because I was like, this is so embarrassing. Like it was like,
Yeah.
I just ate chicken for dinner and now I'm going to go hang out with Maddie. Text me, heart, heart, heart.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. Or like, wow, Burger King's nuggets are better than McDonald's. I saw a squirrel today.
But literally 1000% yes. And that was like everybody. That was what you posted.
Yes, that's how social media was. So they are in the height of like the three of them are posting constantly on social media and they are their little girl gang on social media. The girls also lived in Star City, West Virginia. So have you heard of Star City, West Virginia, Sam?
No, but West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
Yeah, you haven't because there's only 2,000 people that live in the town.
Oh my God, that's like all of Cousino High School.
Yeah. It's a very small town. It's the place where no one locks their doors.
Oh.
It's very friendly. And that thing happens in high school where all of a sudden Sheila and Rachel start to grow closer and closer and kind of start to leave Skylar out more and more.
We've all been there, Skylar.
Yep. So there's some evidence on social media. There's like a couple posts of Skylar being like, thanks, friends. I hate sitting at home alone.
Yeah, girl.
And
that was the age of like, what is that called? Subtweeting or whatever.
yes. Yeah. And also being like, it's pretty easy to piss me off. And yeah, you guys have. But it wasn't bad enough where they were like fighting in school. They were still hanging out. It's just that typical teenage girl stuff.
Yeah, I was just gonna say teenage petty girl stuff.
Yep. So on July 6th, 2012, a 911 call comes in for a missing 16-year-old, Skylar Neese.
I'm scared.
Her dad came home from lunch around 12, and this is not during the school year. So typically he would get home from lunch around 12. Skylar was up. They might eat lunch together, talk. But Skylar was not up. So her dad knocked on the door to try to wake her up. He's like knocking on the door, knocking on the door. She's not waking up. So he goes to open the door and it's locked. So he uses a hanger and gets the door open. But Skylar was not home. In fact, her bed had not been slept in. And dad and mom know this because Skylar would never make her bed on her own. Her parents made her bed.
Aw.
She would not make her bed. So the fact that it was still made meant she did not sleep in her bed that night.
And I hate that the door was locked. So like already he tries to open the door. I'm sure he tried knocking. The fact that he's like breaking in, he's stressed out, he's freaking out, and then he opens the door and no one's in there. Like I don't like that at all.
The window was wide open.
Okay.
So he looks around and he's like, okay, most of her stuff, like her makeup, her hairbrush, her cell phone charger are still in the room. So she didn't run away. She wouldn't run away without all this stuff. Plus, she had no reason to run away. So he's like, something is wrong. And then her parents get a phone call from Sheila.
Okay.
Sheila says, like, hey, I need to tell you, we did something bad last night. Skylar snuck out and I picked her up and we went driving around town and we got high. I dropped Skylar off at 11, but I just wanted to tell you guys that we did that.
I don't know the story at all, but that sounds a little bit suspicious. Um, and I don't love it. Not that like she could have a guilty feeling like in her body and she just wants to come clean. But I feel like that's a weird thing to point out. Like I dropped her off at 11 and I'm just having this guilty conscience and I want to let you know. Like I don't love that.
Yes. Then they get a call from Wendy's asking if Skylar was going to be in for work that day. Her parents are like, she has never missed work. She loves her part-time job. She loves having a little bit of her own money. She's a very responsible kid. Remember, she's an all-A student and works a part-time job as a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, she's not missing this work.
So her parents decide to call the police to report her missing. An officer comes down and takes a statement, but of course they immediately label her a runaway.
Always. Like, be safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm. Skylar lives in an apartment complex with CCTV footage. So they do actually check that. And they have footage of her leaving the house at 12:30 a.m. and getting into a car.
She left at 12:30 a.m.?
Yes.
Okay.
So she gets into this car. The police look at it and are like, hey, she for sure got into that willingly. Nobody was dragging her. Nobody was kicking her and screaming her. She's a runaway. That's all this is.
Okay, but find the car and still find out where my daughter is, who's not around. Also, Sheila's little booty said she dropped her off at 11 p.m. So that means that Sheila's right or she's lying her booty off and Skylar either went with someone else again at 12:30 a.m. or Sheila picked her up at 12:30 a.m. and she's lying about her timeline. So investigate further, police.
Skylar's dad gets on social media for the first time. They were like, we don't know social media. Her parents were like a little bit older than like typical parents at this time. They were like, we didn't know what social media was. We just let her do it.
Yeah, for sure.
So her dad gets on social media and is asking all her friends, like, whose car is this? This was the car, make and model. Whose car is it? Nobody knows.
I hate this.
So her parents are sure she is not a runaway. So they put out flyers. They hold candlelight vigils. Her parents do this whole thing.
Good.
And when weeks go by and she still hasn't returned, police are like, this isn't typical runaway.
Listen to the family.
So the police start to ask the public for help in finding Skylar.
Good.
And there are many rumors and tips that come in about Skylar. These range from she left town with a gypsy guy. She was sex trafficked. she overdosed, and that she was thrown into a mine shaft. This is a big mining town.
This is like, I feel like typical of teenagers. Of course, there's going to be like these crazy wild rumors, especially with something like this. It's just going to spiral.
Yes. Her dad, this man, when he heard all these tips, he decided to investigate them. He went as far as going to known drug houses and bringing her picture and asking people if they saw her and if she was involved in the drug scene and if she had overdosed.
Number one dad award.
Yes. Around the same time that Skylar went missing, a bank robbery actually occurred.
Oh, interesting.
So the state police are investigating this bank robbery. So, the local police are investigating Skylar. The state police are investigating this robbery. And they have a main suspect. They're like, we're like 90% sure that this is the person who did it. And when they start looking into him, they realize that he has a connection to the three girls.
What?
So now this gets them interested in Skylar's disappearance because he had been seen hanging out with those girls. So was Skylar a part of the bank robbery?
Oh,
Or did she know about the robbery and he had to keep her quiet? So the state police come over and they search Skylar's room and find her diary and take it as evidence.
okay.
The state police were focused on only the robbery at this time. But as they start looking into Skylar's case more and how she might be connected to this, they start to take over Skylar's case.
Which is probably what's for best because this is a smaller town. I'm sure they don't have this happening all the time. So, like, okay, good.
So the state police decide to check a nearby gas station for their CCTV footage from that night. The apartment complex CCTV footage wasn't great. It was pretty grainy. It was an old system. You couldn't make out much about the car, just like it's a dark sedan,
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, there's 8 million dark sedans in the world. But they say, okay, there's this gas station that is super close to their house. We're gonna look around 12:30 a.m. and see if we can find a similar car.
Yes.
They do find a matching car, and the footage is so much clearer than the apartment footage.
Good.
Also, they think back, which Sam, you had hit on this before, and you're not a police officer. So they think back and they're like, well, Sheila said they dropped her off at 11 p.m. Did we ever check the footage to make sure that happened?
Thank you.
So they watch 4 hours of footage and never see Skylar leave before the 12:30 a.m. mark.
I knew it was suspicious.
The state police questioned Sheila about this, and she admits that she was lying. They also show her the footage, and she says, yeah, that's my car.
Sheila picked her up at 12:30?
Yes.
Sheila's a liar.
Sheila says they then went to Morgantown to drive around, but the video footage shows them going towards Blacksville.
Girl, stop lying. They're going to figure it out.
The police conduct many interviews with the girls. They said that they were probably bringing the girls in weekly to interview them at this point.
Oh my goodness gracious.
They said that Sheila was an interesting character. She would come in kind of inappropriately dressed
Sheila.
and would make a lot of jokes with the police officers.
Sheila's 16 too?
Yep.
Okay.
Both girls were actually given polygraphs and failed. But in West Virginia, you cannot use polygraphs in court.
Which I get because we know that like they're not always successful. However, like
Yes.
how are these girls lying to the popo still? I don't know.
When they told Sheila she failed her polygraph test, she laughed at them.
Sheila, you are ballsy for a 16-year-old.
The police then do a search warrant on the girls' phones and social media. The warrant revealed that at 3 a.m., Sheila's phone pinged off a tower in, guess where? Blacksville.
I was going to say that place that you just said that I'm blanking on.
Yep.
Yes. Oh my God. So she's, again, a little liar.
The police then go and search Rachel's house and find her diary. The morning after Skylar went missing, Rachel had a diary entry asking the Lord to lead her down the path of forgiveness.
I am covering my face, baddies, because I am very stressed out right now and I have no words.
6 months after Skylar's disappearance, Rachel has a mental breakdown and was admitted to the psych ward.
Not looking innocent here, Rachel.
A couple days later, she admitted to killing Skylar.
Oh my gosh. Her BFF. Her long-term BFF.
Rachel was the new one.
Oh, Rachel was a new one. Rachel, what are you doing?
Rachel said that the three of them had driven out to the middle of nowhere, telling Skylar they were going to go smoke some weed. They stopped and got out of the car. Rachel and Sheila pretended that they didn't have a lighter and asked Skylar to walk to the car to get one.
They're the meanest, evilest girls in the world.
When Skylar was walking back, she said that her and Sheila counted to 3 and then started stabbing Skylar.
What?
Skylar fought back at one point and actually got the knife away from Rachel and stabbed her.
Good.
However, Sheila continued stabbing Skylar until she was dead.
Okay.
Skylar was stabbed over 50 times.
I want to puke right now, first off. Second off, Sheila has been her best friend since childhood. And she's like, hey, new friend, let's viciously stab my best friend from childhood. And she's not even the one that had the mental breakdown. Rachel was. Which, like, both of you should, because that's insane. You're 16 years flipping old. But the fact, I literally, like, this clearly was extremely planned out. Like, oh, we don't have a lighter, go get it. 1, 2, 3. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Disgusting, ew. Ugh, I'm in shock. I knew this was going to be bad. I did not know it was going to go in this direction.
The girls then attempted to bury her body, but they were unable to dig a hole. So instead, they push her off the side of the road and cover her with leaves and brush.
They are sick.
Sheila later made a Facebook post that said, "We really did go on 3."
I cannot. Are you kidding me? She's making a joke about it? She's subtweeting a murder that she committed?
She basically admitted to murder on Facebook in the most vague way possible.
What a sick, sick individual. And this is the girl joking with the police officers and dressing a little provocatively, which I don't like, dress however you want, whatever. But this kind of person, let's say we can say that in a bad way. Like, what?
And laughing when she failed her polygraph test.
And laughing because she's like, ha ha, I'm wrong. Oh my God. I'm so disgusted right now.
One of the police officers in the episode that I watched was like, she is pure evil. There is nothing behind her eyes. She's the most evil person I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's literally what it sounds like. Like, you're 16 years old. You brutally murder your longtime friend. You are subtweeting this murder. You're making jokes to police officers. You're going on about your life. You're lying. Like, never in my life. I'm disgusted.
After Rachel's confession, the investigators attempt to get Sheila to incriminate herself. Because now they have Rachel's confession so they can convict Rachel, but they need evidence to convict Sheila, right?
Yeah.
Rachel even wears a wire, but they get nothing.
Because Sheila's an evil. Blech.
Finally, they get a search warrant approved for Sheila's house. And when they searched Sheila's car, they found blood that had Skylar's DNA on it in it. So they were able to arrest Sheila.
Thank goodness they found the DNA, is all I can say in that case.
When asked why, the girls basically said they just stopped liking Skylar.
Okay. You stop liking them. Friendship breakups suck. We've all been through them. You have a friendship breakup. You stop hanging out with them. You don't murder them, especially when you're flipping 16 years old. And if you're a new friend to the group and someone's like, hey, I don't like her, let's murder her, you say, I'm going to go call the police by and get the farthest away. So shame on both those girls.
Yep. Luckily, Both girls end up being tried as adults.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Rachel pleads guilty to murder in court. They are both charged with first-degree murder, but because Rachel confessed, it allowed her to be charged with second-degree murder.
Okay.
She was sentenced to 30 years in prison with the possibility of parole after 10 years. Rachel apologizes to the family in court.
I mean, yeah.
Sheila pleads guilty to first-degree murder, and she is sentenced to life in prison, but given mercy, so she would be eligible for parole in 15 years.
No.
Sheila showed no emotion her entire hearing.
Dude, she's makes me want to puke.
In 2023 and 2024, Rachel was denied parole both times.
Honestly, yay.
Yes.
Okay, good.
In 2025, Rachel decided to waive her hearing for parole.
She's like, I don't need it. I'm staying in jail.
I think so.
Where you belong, Rachel.
She will be eligible again in 2026.
Waive it.
And Sheila's first parole hearing will be in 2029.
Better be denied. Parole board. She has no emotion. She is a freak. Don't let this woman out.
Skylar's dad has been an advocate for his daughter all of this time. In fact, he said, "There comes a time in your life when you have to decide what you want to do. And for the rest of my life, I decided to make sure the two that did this don't get out of prison because dangerous animals belong in cages."
Yes, I love him, and I feel so bad for him and his wife that this happened to their only child, and it was about like a best friend. I just can't. And good for him. Keep that your mission.
They are interviewed often in the episode that I watched, and it's rough. Like if you are going to sit down and watch it, just be prepared that it is rough.
I don't know if I could handle that because he sounds so sweet.
As with all of these horrible cases, the family members try to make something good happen. And Dave did just this. Dave passed Skylar's Law, which is a law that states that an Amber Alert must be used for every missing child, regardless of the circumstances.
Thank you. That is such a good law and a great way to remember your daughter in this dark situation because that's going to save a million lives, Dave. So thank you, Skylar's Law.
Yes. He also gives Skylar talks to people in prisons and at universities about the ripple effects of crimes.
What a guy.
And to end it, I want to end with one of Dave's quotes. He said, "At Shof's parole hearing last year, she said that I made one mistake. That doesn't make me a bad person. What you made, young lady, was a choice, not a mistake. You chose to end someone's life. That is not your call."
Amen, Dave. Because he's exactly right. I can't stress that enough. What an insane case. Literally.
Yes. It is terrifying to think that two 16-year-olds can just decide to murder their friend one day because they don't like her anymore.
They don't like her. I honestly, it's like I'm sitting here with shock on my face because I can't wrap my brain around it, truthfully. Like I can't. And like he said, it was a choice. You made that choice to do that. You could have walked away. You could have stepped away. You could have called the police. You could have changed your mind. Like you could have done a million other steps besides do exactly what you did. You sickos.
That's basically what her dad, Skylar's dad, says in the documentary as well, is like, you had so many opportunities to not do this.
1,000%.
And on every single one of those opportunities, you chose to continue.
Yep. And that's why he's right. They should rot in jail the rest of their lives. I don't care that you committed this crime at 16 years old. You chose to do it multiple times.
Yep. And it's not, we got in a, not that murder is ever okay, but it's not, I'm a 16-year-old. I got in a fight with my friend. My frontal lobe is not developed. At the heat of the moment, I grabbed something, hit her over the head, and accidentally killed her. This is the two of them premeditated, planned it all out, drove her out. No, these two deserve to be in jail for the rest of their lives because, and the police officer says it in the documentary as well. He says, "I believe we saved a lot of lives by putting Sheila behind bars that day."
I think 1,000%.
because he's like, I am for sure she would kill again. I do not think that society is safe with them out there.
No, 110%. If it was that easy to plan, to kill your friend, to count to three, to make this thing of like, let's smoke pot and please go grab the lighter. No, no, we don't know what they're going to do as adults. And even so, you murdered someone, rot in jail for the rest of your life.
Amen. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please follow us on wherever you're listening, as well as Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
Give us a nice review and an email or a case suggestion to bloodshedbaddies@gmail.com. Intro music is made by the best cousin Vinny. Tell a friend and tune in for next week for a new episode. Ah!
Bye.
Love you! Stop recording.